Welcome everybody to Premier League predictions. 25-26 coming up in 3 days to go. Friday, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. First game back. This is going to be interesting, but what else is going to interest me is who will stay up, who will be the Premier League champions, who will get the manager to get sacked. That is why this video is going to be uploaded to you guys. First off, Sunderland 20th in the league. Sunderland, meh. I just think they've got a good squad with players like Masuaku, Isidore, Mayenda. It's again, the main problem I have with Sunderland is that their squad depth lacks. The Premier League more. I just don't. I mean, some of the players that I'm looking at the squad, can they handle the Premier League? Xhaka can, Vice Tampa, Masuaku can. I'm just thinking, if I think of, Sunderland, this isn't the Sunderland squad. That was the last time they got promoted. It's going to be a tough ask because it's been a long time for Sunderland to go to the Premier League. Plus, they've got the time red derby to think about. It's not really. I mean, it's just the right time for Sunderland. Yeah. 19th. I've gone for Burnley. Burnley's they've got a good record, 105 points. They elected in the Championship last season with Leeds. I just think it's just the fact that they have a history of yo-yo. They haven't really tried their best to stay up. It's going to be a tough task for Scott Parker. Burnley and Leeds, they do have a good squad. They have a tough squad. But can they compete in the Premier League? Can they stop the whole curse? Can they make sure that their team survive in the Premier League? Leeds, yes. No for Burnley. Burnley and Sunderland to get relegated. And the last team, and if it's not going to be Leeds United, who is going to take the 18th spot for the Premier League to make sure teams like Leeds United to stay up? Brentford. Brentford is one of those teams that I don't think will stay up. And Mbeumo gone. They've got. They gave the best manager in Brentford history to Spurs. Keith Andrews hasn't got experience of managing a football club. That's why they're going to go down. You don't have the experience. You don't have the control of running a football club. I'm surprised that Brentford Football Club has gone to their limits to not get an experienced manager, but to get one of them coaches. But why do I think Leeds United will go up? Why do I think Leeds United will go up? Simple. Daniel Farke has got a history of the Premier League, but I think the players that he's got can make sure that the last day of the Premier League where he will survive. It's a good team, but if you have I think if Brentford kept Mbeumo and Frank, then yeah, it would have been a team where they would stay up. But you don't have an experienced manager. You don't have a team that's gonna push forward. If you don't have Mbeumo or Frank, I don't know where I can see you guys in the future in the 26-27 Premier League season. 16th have gone for West Ham United just because I think we will have a terrible season. We don't have the transfers we wanted. We don't have the right manager we want. We don't have the right owners. We've got 5 to 6 players that I don't trust in our squad. We should have sold the players that I think we should have sold this season that hasn't been sold yet. What is going on at our club? I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of any positive in our transfers except buying the youth. The rest is crap. The rest of the transfers is rubbish. Complete utter rubbish. And how can we improve when we don't have the right players to buy? 15th, I have gone for Wolves. Wolves, Vitor Pereira has had an amazing season. Don't get me wrong, he's had an amazing season for Wolverhampton Wanderers. But I just think with Cunha not going to stay at Wolverhampton Wanderers and going to Manchester United will be a big problem because now they're asking Strand Larsen. Now they're asking Strand Larsen and Hwang Hee-chan to live up to Cunha's expectations. That's going to be a massive struggle. I don't think Strand Larsen is living up to Cunha's expectations. I don't think Hwang can live up to Cunha's expectations. Cunha has been an amazing player, the best player in their team last season, but it's a massive downgrade for selling him to Manchester United. Fulham, you have gone to 14th in the league. Fulham has gone 14th in the league. I think Marco Silva, it's the right position for Fulham. I think in Fulham, they just got a stronger team with Wolves. They didn't sell their best players. Emil Smith-Rowe has been fantastic last season. Antoine Robinson has been fantastic last season. Jimenez has been an amazing player. It's going to be a good season for Fulham. And I think with Fulham staying 14th will be a good season. But it's just this teams that I think can they push up? I don't know. Can they go to 12, 13? I just don't know. Can Fulham push further? It's the right position for Fulham. I think it's the right position for Fulham. But who knows? I might be right. I might be wrong. This is the only predictions. I have gone for 13th. I have gone for Everton. Hill Dickinson Stadium will be a massive success for Everton. The reason why it's going to be a massive success, like the White Hart Lane, like Emirates, like the Etihad, is because compared to the London Stadium, it's their actual home. They made it how they wanted. The London Stadium hasn't really gotten up to our expectations. Plus, David Moyes is the right manager to push them forward. Better and Dagi was their best players. Darkastle scored the amazing goal in the Merseyside derby. 13th is going to be the best position for Everton Football Club to push themselves further. Next to the best. 12, I have gone for Bournemouth. Bournemouth has been, for me, the biggest surprise in the Premier League, other than Forest and Palace last season. But you sold 2 of your best defenders. You sold Gyökeres to Liverpool, you sold Huijsen to Real Madrid. That's going to be a massive drop for you guys. They have sold Zambiami, but I think them having since their Clive Semenyo is going to make sure that the defense can be saved. It can be saved. Who knows? I'm worried about how, because they've just bought Arojo, they just, something's missing from Wolves. That I think, I remember Wolves, something's missing from Wolves is a striker to live up to their expectation. Something missing from West Ham is something, well, a good defender and a good goalie and a good centre midfield. Something missing from Bournemouth is the defence. It's not the main defenders, which is shocking. The best defenders is just gone. It's actually gone. I'm just the best. The back four of Bournemouth has actually gone. That's gonna make them struggle a lot. So, sorry, Bournemouth. Your time's not now. Forest. I have gone for 11. Forest. I think Forest, because I'm not happy with the Forest idea of them getting Europa League. Palace getting Conference League. Palace should have got the Palace should have got the Europa League spot because they won the FA Cup. First, look, I think it's a stupid idea because the owners have joint share of two clubs that's playing in the Europa League. They should have said that before they should have said that before the FA Cup started. They should have said that before the Premier League started last season. That Palace has an heads up. If you want to fight for Europe, you have to go to the right place. Not to get rid of the owners. Because Forest, Elanga's gone. But I think Woods and Elanga's partnership has been amazing last season. But it did make them struggle a lot without them. And Forest has been good, but it's going to be a struggle. Plus, Thursday nights has always been a struggle for teams that are not in the top 6. So that's going to be a struggle. Brighton has got 10th place for me. Brighton, I think the Brighton situation, they sold Adringa. They sold João Pedro. They sold João Pedro and Adringa. And I don't know. I honestly, I think that's going to be a massive problem. João Pedro has been an amazing player for Brighton. But going to Chelsea, plus Balibers going to Manchester United. So this is why you're sending the best. I don't get teams who are not top 6 sending the best players, but they don't have a player. Oh my God! I mean, they've got Minter, they've got Welbeck, they've got Ruta, they've got Lewis. They haven't got a player that has that quality that João Pedro has. Oh, why don't you have a player like João Pedro? What is going on? No. That's going to be a big problem. No João Pedro is going to be a big problem. It's just they do have time to buy a new striker, but no João Pedro, no Lighty. Ninth, I have one for Newcastle United. Newcastle have been in the Champions League this season. Yes, they're in the Champions League this season, but they don't have a striker. Isak has announced that he's boycotting Newcastle Football Club in United, and that means they won't play for United until he gets the right transfer to move to Liverpool. If the transfer window doesn't go to Liverpool, if Liverpool doesn't pay the right amount for Newcastle, where is Newcastle can afford to buy a striker? Plus, where is Isak going to go if Liverpool gives up? That's going to be a big problem for Newcastle and Isak. He's a good player. Yeah, he's just needs that spark. I don't know. I don't think this is a big problem for Newcastle. 8th, I have one for Crystal Palace. Palace has been I said last season Palace will be the underdogs from last season. They will get to Europa competition next season. This season they have the wrong place. I think Palace is in the right place. But if they keep as a Mateta, then they're in the right place for they're in the right place. But I just think if there's not Eze, that's going to be a massive problem. Palace will win the Carabao Cup, by the way. Carabao Cup will go to Palace. 5th and 6th, I have one for Spurs and Man United. Spurs will go to 7th, and Manchester United will go to 6th. Spurs have bought Coolies. They have a good squad, but Man United don't have Europa League or Champions League. They've only got Sunday midweek games and Saturday and Friday or Monday football. So they don't have to worry about resting their players for European competition because they didn't qualify for Europa League or Champions League last season. Spurs, on the other hand, they do have Champions League next season, sadly. Boo. Boo. But I'm joking. But I think Frank will have a good season with Spurs. Plus, both of them had bad seasons last season. But Amrin and Frank have stepped up compared to their predecessors, Ten Hag. But yes, Postecoglou won the Europa League, but can Frank handle the Champions League? I don't think so, mate. 4th, I'm going to go for my Champions League spot plus the FA Cup winners, Aston Villa. Emery is cooking for Aston Villa. The chef of Aston Villa is going to cook. If they keep Watkins, that's a good deal. They've done so much good business with Aston Villa, Emery. Aston Villa is the right team for Emery to succeed. And who knows? Who bloody knows what's going to happen next season. Yeah, so 5th is one to Aston Villa's. Top 4 will go to better Aston Villa doesn't get Champions League spot because they do. Top 5 gets through Champions League. European Champions League. Chelsea will go 4th. I think with the fact that they won the Conference League and they have won They have won the... Oh, man. Chelsea's fourth because they won the Conference League. They've won the Club World Cup. Impressive that Enzo Maresca has survived at Chelsea. But yeah, why not? Fourth place is the right place for Chelsea. I think Chelsea will be impressed with their squad. Top three. Who is getting the Premier League title? Will it be Man City? Will it be Arsenal? Will it be Liverpool? Top three, Man City will get third. This is going to be a tough season for Pep Guardiola. No De Bruyne, but they have bought Reinders. They're cooking. They are cooking. They're cooking. They are cooking. They have all Trafford, Reinders, Chekri, and Nouri. My question is, if Chekri's going to Manchester City, my question is, where would you put Chekri in the Man City squad? You got Haaland, Marmoush. Where would you put Chekri? He's not going to get that much game time. He's not going to get any game time. That's going to be a massive problem. He is a good player, but I would put him as a backup, but Marmoush would get left out. But who knows? Who bloody knows what Pep Guardiola is going to do? But I think with it, it's going to be another trophy season for Man City. Is that going to be a bad news for Man City? Yes, that will. Yes, it will. Second, I have one for Arsenal. Arsenal, by the way, my top scorer will be Gyökeres. Gyökeres is the best signing for the Premier League. Gyökeres is the answer to Arsenal's prayers. But with the fact that Liverpool's bought a lot of players to strengthen the squad, Mavideli, they have got Gyökeres, Frimpong, Ekitike. They are going to cut the Premier League. Liverpool are Premier League champions, guys. Plus, if they buy Isak this season, then that's going to be a big problem for Arsenal. If Arsenal, yes, Isak is not better than. Yes, Isak is no way better than Gyökeres, but I just think it's not the right time for Arsenal to win the cup. Champions League, I'm going to go for PSG again. They have impressed me a lot. They've got something in their talent. Europa League, I'm going for Roma. Maybe something could happen to Roma. I think it'll be like a Porto-Roma final. Obviously, guys. Thanks for watching this video. This is the next video is the Bournemouth versus Liverpool on Friday. Saturday will be West Ham, Sunderland, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Sunday, United Arsenal. Shock of the guys. That's going to be United Arsenal will be a big shock. Peace. I'm out. Come on, you Lions. Well.